Take a nice deep breath. Today is August 1st, 2026, and we are moving into full kind of Leo energy. This is a very jam-packed month from an energy perspective and an astrological perspective. We have a big eclipse on the new moon on the 12th, and then the full moon, the end of the month, 28th, 29th. Not exactly sure of the date. That is a lunar eclipse, so a solar eclipse on the 12th in fiery Leo, and a lunar eclipse in Aquarius at the Aquarius full moon. So, lots going on, and you might be able to feel the shift in the energy already. And I was listening to Pam Gregory this morning, who I haven't had a chance to catch up with for a while. And she was saying this is like an ignition point. And I thought it was such a great way to describe the energy that I see coming in, that came in on this last full moon that is still kind of hanging with us because it was just on Wednesday. And it's like a preparation for the real movement. Maybe we could make it simple and say the movement into that new world, or the age of, the age of Aquarius. We're in the age of Aquarius, but we're layering up constantly into living and bringing that higher frequency into the third dimension and seeing how it will shape this third dimensional reality. And we are a big part of that. So how we see things, the ability to hold the vision of positivity even in the face of negativity. And I think of what came through on that summer solstice about working with the Gayatri mantra. And I find the more that I remind myself of it and utilize it during the day, the more it uplifts me. There's something uplifting about singing that mantra and feeling the energy, vibration, and frequency. And even in the face of things that want, oh my God, this is happening again, that is happening again, this is falling apart in the world, it's very kind of uplifting. So that ignition point means, the change is happening, but we won't see it right away. And I think I've talked about this before, that, when I first became aware of things in the world not being balanced or not being, wonderful or whatever. I was a little kid. And so the simplicity of it was I wanted a magic wand to make things better, to make people's lives better, to change, sad stories into happy stories, whatever. And, that is absolutely possible, but it's not instant. It's not a wiping away, because we created whatever our suffering is that we're carrying collectively, individually, from karma, from past lives, through our genetic inheritance and whatever, for whatever reason that each one of us is here individually. And we're unwinding it. We get to unwind it, to pull out all the old threads, to take them and cleanse them and reweave them into this new world. So that does take time. The truth of the matter is that it's happening, but it's not happening with a magic wand that wipes away everything. All those things have to transform, have to transmutate. And Saint Germain was very present on this July full moon, talking about transmutation and his being here in this age. And I thought about it later, because he hasn't been channeling through on any of the full moons, and maybe the last 6, 7, 8 months or so. It's been a while. And there he was talking about the age of transmutation, the burning off of the dross, the alchemical transformation, transmutation of lead into gold. What did that look like? Things have to shift. They have to resolve. They have to be chastened by the fires. And we are certainly in the fire horse year. We are, in the fiery month of Leo. We are looking at this eclipse season, which will be opening up with this powerful solar eclipse in Leo. the north nodes shift, and they'll be hanging out for 18 years in the node of South Node Leo, North Node Aquarius. And, that is the nodal access point of moving from, living through the mind and living through all kinds of negative stuff into moving into living through the heart. So that is the scoop. And thinking of that for the moment, breathing in, breathing out. Just take a moment to settle in and see what those energies might mean to you. Those energies of real transformation. So wherever you are in your particular life path, our collective life path is definitely moving into this nodal axis time period of this transformation, of this taking of the positive, not the shadow aspects, but the positive aspects of Leo, the South Node that we've hopefully learned, and transforming them into the positive aspects of Aquarius, the humanitarian perspective, the equalizing of all people, and the utilizing of all of our resources in a more universal, sharing, positive way. And it was kind of interesting because I was working with a client yesterday who's doing a documentary on privatizing of public housing, which is one of the huge areas where I'm kind of seeing this need to be, as Pam again says, she says, seeing the way we work in the world horizontally rather than vertically, so from the top down, but this would be more equal. So that Aquarius energy is bringing that in, and this is a time where you can really meditate on it, think about it, see how it applies to your life. I happen to have that nodal axis, so I feel like it's activating even more that movement of bringing leadership into understanding the needs of the whole, and bringing the sort of communal energy, the energy of the people forward. So keeping that in mind, we're on that track, and that track is going to be getting more intense. So yeah, here we are in the fire energy, and there's fires all over the planet right now. Unfortunately, they've been popping up in California again, so having a couple of smoky days here. And just finding a way as you breathe to focus on that container of light. We've been also reminded by Spirit, I guess, nudged, reminded by Spirit to keep those containers of lights up, to understand the need for shielding from the flotsam and jetsam that sort of comes up with the explosions of the changes as the old things break down more. All the, think of a building falling down, think of what it's like after the fires even, I heard people talking about it here yesterday in the farmer's market, remember, because the smoke was coming through, remembering the big fires we had here, and you would go outside your door and it would look like it was snowing, but it was the ashes of what was burning coming in on the wind, and I remember looking down at my flip-flops that were outside the door on the mat, and the mat was, they were completely covered with ash, and the mat was covered with ash, and picking them up and just seeing sort of the footprint there of the only part of the mat that didn't have ash on it. It was interesting. So we are in that time of Phoenix rising and endings of a lot of systems that haven't worked, systems that have been, again, more vertical, only, supporting those at the top, and that kind of stuff is what is breaking up. And I do believe in my awareness level and kind of what I see, that these next couple of months, Spirit had said from solstice to equinox in autumn was very important for all of us. And this being the ignition point, I think, going into 2027 to 2027 and ending up 2026, we're just going to see things accelerating, that ignition point sort of poofing into bigger explosions of energy, which could cause, lots of sort of major acceleration of things falling apart. And so if your energy is balanced and you're holding a perspective of, understanding impermanence, why we study those things, and understanding the passage of time, and understanding the things that the earth shows us with her, seasons. There are times when things are growing, there are times when things are dying, but the rhythm keeps going, so it's part of the whole. So if we can ever hold ourselves balanced and find ways to visualize the unity and joy, and even the recognition that all things pass, and they pass, giving us that last part of our meditation. If any of you have been doing the meditation with us, the very last part is breathing in and understanding the possibilities that impermanence gives us, the potential for new growth and new energy, and the ease. We can make it easier by letting go of what no longer works. And, the last part of the breathing in impermanence, the breathing out hope. So holding that energy this morning, surrounding the body in the container of light, above the head, below the feet, in front of the body, behind the body, to the right and the left of the body. Breathing in and breathing out. Looking at your container, feeling it, noticing what you notice, strengthening any areas that maybe seem a little run down, seeing what colors infuse it, and breathing in and breathing out. Focusing now on your root chakra, the red energy. And always think of red in nature first if you can. The natural frequency vibration of red. And imagine breathing it into your container of light, below the feet, above the head, in front of the body, behind the body, to the right and the left of the body. So it's the low tone Om, to wake it up, to feel the roots and the energy going down the legs to the bottoms of the feet. Connect yourself to the core of the new healed whole Mother Earth. So think about that for a moment as you're getting ready. Low toned Om, connection, support, foundation. Breathing in, breathing out. One syllable Sanskrit mantra is Lam. Lam, Lam, Om, Lam. And you can march your feet, once again checking your container of light, your energy shield, and dropping into that low tone. We'll ground one more time to the new healed whole Mother Earth. Lam, lam, lam. Breathing in and breathing out, moving from the red root chakra, coming up to the orange. Inspiration, the inner child. This is where we can create from. So just taking a moment, imagining what you want to create for this next moment, for today. A little bit of joy, a little bit of groundedness, a little bit of clarity, whatever it might be. Breathing in, breathing out. Orange energy, medium toned Om. One syllable Sanskrit mantra is Vam. 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 again. Om. Om. Breathing in, breathing out. From here we come up to the solar plexus. This is yellow. So start to visualize yellow. You know, maybe you think of the earth sun, thinking of butter yellow or grapefruit yellow or flower yellow, breathing in and out. Some of those bright yellow zinnias or sunflowers. Higher toned Om kind of wakes that chakra up. You need to stretch it up a little, straighten your spine, pull up your rib cage, open up that personal power section. I am powerful. I am worthy. Bring in your sense of self-worth. Make statements I am worthy of. And notice what comes out of your mouth. That will help you know what you're dealing with. Always getting to know yourself better and how you operate, how you react, respond is super important. Breathing in, breathing out. And from this one, we're going to go to a higher tone Om. And the one syllable Sanskrit mantra is Ra. Opening the jaws nice and wide. Ready? Om. Ra. Om. Ra. Om. Ra. Breathing in, breathing out. The sound of the heart exercise is deep sighs. So coming to the center of the chest, green, healing energy, moving that through your system, radiating it out from the heart, up into the throat, out through the shoulders, down through the lower chakras. Ah, ah. Those sighs will help you with any heaviness the heart is holding, places that are closed. Therefore, we are moving into living from the heart. Ah, so we have to work with the heart chakra. Ah, yam. One syllable Sanskrit mantra. Yam, yam, yam. Ah, yam, ah, yam. When I'm at the heart chakra too, sometimes I like to start making circles with my nose very gently while I'm chanting. I am. And I'll go counterclockwise as well as clockwise. But that starts to gently show you where your neck might be a little stiff. I am preparing to open the throat from the heart. I am. Yum. Ah. Some deep sighs. Ah. Take a moment to feel what this feels like now with these 4 chakras up and clearing and radiating their light and spreading chi force through your body and all the meridians in the body and the nadas and the channels in the body. Breathing in and breathing out. Ah, yam. Yum. Ah, yum. Breathing in and breathing out. We're going to come up to the throat chakra, the blue of the sky, expansiveness. Making sound from the throat is helping you release energy. Yeah, so it's H-U-M. The tongue comes out. You're using the lion breath. It's a very clearing breath and opening up your ability to express your truth through words with kindness but firmness, boundaries and clarity, discernment. So you bring your tongue out to your chin where you're making the sound. You flare your paws open, your elbows are pointing down, your forearms face out, and your hands pop up and you really spread those fingers. So feel that. Do that a couple of times. making a gentle fist, and then spread them wide. Ah, here we go. Hem, hem. Visualizing this blue the whole time. Hem. A lot of us have stuff, as you can hear in my throat, from smoke, from what are those wonderful other things, allergies, from pollens, lots of postnasal drip. Hem. So clearing out the throat chakra, bringing up a nice alignment of all of those chakras as they're open and aligning and spinning at the perfect frequency for you to be grounded and peaceful and awake and aware. From here we come up to the third eye. This is the indigo chakra. We are bringing the palms up. We are holding them up as if we were going to give an offering to spirit, to your spiritual teachers, whatever it may be. And we take a moment while we're visualizing the indigo of the third eye, and we're breathing that in. We take a moment to express gratitude. So, maybe the day hasn't been going the way you like it so far, and we get caught up in focusing on the things we don't like. Expressing gratitude can help just burst the heaviness of those thoughts. Breathing in, breathing out. Gratitude. I'm grateful for all the spiritual practices that I have. I'm grateful for the breath. I'm grateful for the guides, the guardians, the teachers that have gone before. I'm grateful for the internet, where I can go and find recordings of spiritual teachers, or you can get distracted and tempted into falling down rabbit holes of this, that, and the other. But you can also utilize anything that's out there to find the positive. And I'm grateful that I know that. And I'm grateful that I know myself and what distracts me. And I can bring myself back to center with these chakra attunements, with circles together, with meditation, breathing in, breathing out, gratitude. So express your gratitude, express it out loud. We're muted, so you can just, I'm grateful for this moment. I'm grateful for my body and its heart, and the fact that it's still pumping. Grateful for these practices. So when you get hit with something, I got an email today of some company that's trying to sue my website for like 1,000 euros, the 1,900 euros or something. And it's like, you get an email like that, the first thing is you want to get off on a negative tangent. And instead, you find your steadiness in your practice. I'm so grateful that I have that practice, and that the practicing of it is helping strengthen that ability to be in the middle, to observe things, to notice what I notice without getting caught in attachments of good and right and wrong and bad and problemed and happy or sad or whatever. Gratitude for all the teachings and the great teachers. Breathing in, breathing out. So this is the high-pitched E, where you really visualize the indigo and feel that energy coming up through the third eye, clearing distractions, confusions, clearing those attachments we get to, holding pictures of this is the way it should be, and if it's not, oh my goodness, I'm going to have a little tantrum. Breathing in, breathing out, high-pitched E. One Sanskrit syllable mantra for the third eye is Sham. Sham, 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 Sham. Sham, Sham, Sham. May your discernment be sharp. May all beings have discernment. May the scales fall away. May we see clearly, noticing what we notice. Breathing in, Breathing out, one more round for the third eye. Sham, sham, sham. Coming up to the crown chakra, this is the purple, violet, amethyst, smoothing up to white light, reaching up to your connections in the ethers, the galactic brotherhood, the universal force, the guides, the guardians, the angels, the ascended masters, the ancestors, whatever it is that you work with. Take a moment to feel gratitude. Straighten your spine and feel all those chakras spinning, the red, the orange, the yellow, the green, the blue, the indigo, and coming up to the violet, top of the head, bursting out and connecting to spirit, bringing it into our body that's fully connected to the new healed whole Mother Earth through these shining gems of your chakras. Wah, 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 wah. It goes from a low to a high. As you get to that highest node, you'll kind of just feel the sound energy going into the higher frequencies. Let yourself experiencing that, feel that, keeping the palms open. Receive back the shower of light as your sound dies out. Ready? Ah, big ha out. Palms open, feeling the energy enter the palms of the hands, staying fully connected in the shower of light. Letting all that awareness that we shared this morning roll through you. We did spend some time talking about this new month and the entrance into it, increasing of the fire horse energy, that energy of this quite powerful full moon that we just had coming through. That full moon was in Aquarius, and we're feeling that energy. A couple of days after it, or a day before it, or right around it, we went into the nodal axis of the Aquarius Leo energy, and we're feeling that now. Now, it's about an 18-year cycle, so this is the time, these next 18 years or so, where we're shifting the power to the collective, the power to the people, and we're expanding. And in that time of fire, there will be the burning off of the dross. So as we work on doing that within ourselves, looking at our dislikes and our, parts that need a little upgrading, we can just continue to use these wonderful tools that are there to help us stay balanced, to help bring in that new world with our view and perspective of the light. So holding the light, holding steady to the light. We know light. We wouldn't be here if we didn't know light. We also know shadow from being and living in the heaviness of a dual world. So it is our opportunity to burn through that shadow. So that said, we're going into a big eclipse season, and these eclipses are always more powerful, full moons and new moons. So pay attention to that as we come into that solar eclipse on the 12th of August in Leo, and that lunar eclipse that's going to come in on the full moon, which will be on the Virgo Pisces axis. So yeah, it'll be about living more fully from the heart and healing and, you know, bringing into practice. Virgo is always practical, and bringing in the practical practice that's going to help you stay centered. All right, so that was our chakra attunement on the first of a month. Let's close it with the crown chakra's one syllable Sanskrit mantra, which is the toning of Om. And let's close it today with 3 of those tonings of Om. The first for yourself, the second for everyone that's here and everyone on the planet that's practicing however they're practicing being a better human being. And the third, just feeling all the energy of the Om radiating out from your heart and going into your environment around you and into your earth. Ready? Into your world, into our collective. Om. Om. Last. Om.